So this is by far the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm on top of my roof right now. I came up here because there's a bird up here making a nest and I wanted to get him off. And so when I got up on the roof, I put my hand on the bar right here. Actually, I touched one of the solar panels and I got a shock. I got a little shock. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can. Well, you can't see it, but I'm actually getting a shock right now. And so I went through and turned off my all my electronics, turned off the shore power too, and it's still happening. It's actually coming from here too. I brushed by this antenna, and the antenna is giving me, ouch, a shock as well. I don't know if you can see it, but it's giving me, oh, I think you just saw it. So I'm getting a shock from that as well. Couldn't figure out what's going on. So I decided to grab my voltmeter and start testing things. I unplugged all of my solar panels, unplugged the inverter down below. I unplugged the everything, absolutely everything. I just kept turning things off one by one. And so I decided to come up here and do a little test. Obviously it wouldn't be DC volts because I wouldn't get a shock from it. So I decided to test for AC. So let's go ahead and stick this guy right here. So that's on the metal. Now let me just go ahead and hang on to this so I can ground it. And actually here's oops, hang on a second. Let's get this on the right mode. So let's go to AC. So, okay, here's an example. I'm not even touching this right now. And here we have 20 volts. 20 volts AC is coming from just this point right here, not even touching the ground. Now, here I am touching the ground. I'm not touching the end of it. I've got 75 volts. Here's where it gets really good. Let's ground it. Now we have 670 volts. That's right. That's 670 AC volts. So I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. And obviously I went to YouTube. That's the greatest place to go. And some guy also had this problem. Same situation. And so he said, if you ever have this issue, look up. What do we have here? Probably a couple million volts going over these power lines right over my head. Literally right over my head. So what's happening is the electricity is coming off of these wires, coming down on my RV. It's grounding on my RV and shocking me, which is shocking. No pun intended. It's absolutely crazy. Nuts.